All right. I think we are officially live here on this Monday morning. Hopefully I am. And once the feed gets updated and you can hear me or see me, please let me know in the comments. Today is Monday, June 1st. So we're kicking off the month here. Pretty excited about this month and things that we have planned. And yesterday we wrapped up our enrollment for our new Pinterest workshop, our Pinterest traffic workshop, which is kicking off as we speak right now. The lessons are being sent out to our new members. And I just wanted to say, anyone that has joined, thank you. And I really look forward to working with you over the next couple of weeks. Let me see who's here. Let's see who's showing up here this bright Monday morning. I've got a Facebook user here. It says I don't have a face to this one. If you are seeing that you're not your profile isn't being displayed, you can either follow those prompts in StreamYard or you can just go ahead and let me know who you are. So good morning to you as well. Good morning, James. What's up, my man? Kate is in the house. Good morning, Scott. We see you. First day of a new month. Yeah, isn't that awesome, right? It's a new month. Right? We've got a ton of opportunities out there for us, and we just got to go out there and grab them. Let's see. James, I can both hear and see you. Good. Are my levels okay on the microphone? Curious, because my mixer played around with it the other day, and I just want to make sure that everything is still set up. I have a good morning to you as well. Looking for some good mindset to start my week. Good. You know what? I love it that you, especially one of our Brand Creators Academy members, is showing up here on these coffee talks. I love that. But mindset's a big deal, guys. And I'm going to try to do these at least once a week. But it's something I think is really, really important. Salama, what is up? How are you? Ashley in the house. Good morning. Justin's in the house, of course. Atlanta, Georgia in the house. Derek. Kate, yes, can hear and hear you great. Okay, good. Joy's in the house. Yes, your levels are good. See, you got your coffee. Yes, I do. And what kind am I drinking for all of you regulars and some new people I see on here? Let's see. We've got Pomsang. I think Pomsang, if that's how I pronounce your name correctly. I apologize if I didn't. From Thailand. Let's think about this for a minute. Pomsang is coming to us from Thailand. That's pretty amazing. So if you guys are brand new, you don't know what's in this cup of coffee. For those of you that do know what's in the cup, please let me know that you know, so we can let everyone else know that you guys are the regulars. Let's see here. Yes, I do have my coffee now. Good morning, Jana. Nigel, what's up, Nigel? Good seeing you, brother. Ashley, I'm looking forward to listening to this coffee talk and starting the Pinterest workshop today. I've hired a babysitter for my 3-year-old so I can get started right away. Good. Ashley, that has been sent out, by the way. So anyone else that is watching this that did enroll in the Pinterest training, that has already been sent out. It was sent out at 9 a.m. Eastern today. So you should have gotten all of the details there. I wrote that email myself this morning and I had all the details in it. And I'm really excited about that workshop. Super excited. And if you guys missed it, well, it's okay. We'll probably be, we're going to be opening Brand Creators Academy in July. So that's where it will also be taught. Letitia, what's up? How are you? From Houston, sunshine. I've been looking up how to make bulletproof. It's very simple here. Let me give you guys, if you're interested in knowing how to make the bulletproof, this is what I do. Okay. I did buy the bulletproof coffee, but it's not necessary. I just bought it because I wanted to have the exact formula and I wanted to test it. Right. And so I have one of those. I also have a Newman's organic coffee and I mix the two. So mine is a bulletproof and it's the Mentalist is the blend. So that goes in plus a Newman's organic goes in. It fills it all the way to here. Then I dump it in my Vitamix. I add, well, it's the grass-fed butter, Kerrygold with a K. And I slice off about a 1/4-inch slice. I throw it in the blender. I whip that baby up for about 30 seconds. I dump it in my cup and we're off to the races. The only thing that I do in the morning in my first cup, only my first cup, is I add some MCT oil and that's it. That's it. That's the coffee. Don't forget to drink your bulletproof. And you guys all know too, bulletproof, bulletproof. All right, cool. Butter, bulletproof. Awesome. All right, cool. Let's kick off this Monday with a bang, because here's the deal, guys. Mindset is a big deal. It's a huge deal. All right. And I wanted to kick off this Monday because I know that a lot of people struggle with this, including myself at times, by the way, guys. I'm not sitting here saying that I don't ever struggle with this. All right. But what I want to talk about today, and why I created this coffee talk, all about mindset. We're calling this Mindset Monday. All right. Unlock your internal power and get results. So I'm going to ask you guys some questions here throughout this, but I'm also going to let you guys hear my thoughts on this. Okay. So the number one thing that we need to remember, and I'm going to remind you right now, I'm going to make you remember, okay, this one important thing that I want you to think about right now. And I want you to always, always go back to this. If you're ever doubting yourself, if you're ever thinking this, this world is turning on me, or, I'm not getting lucky, or any of that stuff, whenever that stuff starts coming into your mind, you need to have a pattern interrupt of some kind. And I want to be that pattern interrupt. If that's today, or if it's, a year from now, and you're like, I remember that Scott said that. I got to think about that. So what I want you to understand is this. You personally are 100% in control of you. Okay. You are in control of how big you want to grow, or how small you want to grow, or the life that you want. The one thing that I see people doing is they're comparing themselves to other people that they look at as being successful, and they go, but I'm not that successful because they have 100,000 followers and I only have 10. They're more successful. What does success really mean? For you, it might be different than it is for me, right? I have friends that have built companies that have 100 to 130 employees, and the company's probably worth $50 million, $75 million. I am not striving for that. I do not want that. I do not want the headaches, but for them, good for them. Okay. But do I look at them and go, well, wait a minute, they're more successful because they have a business that's labeled as a $50 million business and they've got 130 employees. You know what? That's not me, right? I'm not going to try to compare myself to that because I don't want that, right? But what I do want is I want the freedom and the flexibility, and I want my schedule to be my schedule on my terms, okay? That's all that I'm after. Now, I say all, it's quite a bit, right? But I remember back in the day when I was getting out of my construction job to basically be home more so I could coach my son at Little League. So I could go to the recitals, right? So I could go to the plays, right? So all of that stuff, that's what was my motivator. That was what I was striving for. And even till this day, that is what I strive for. My calendar gets filled in with my personal stuff first, and then the business gets built around it. Okay. But the reason why I'm sharing that with you is because a lot of times you will think to yourself, you can't do it because they have so much more than me. They have more assets than me. They have more of a network than I do, right? But the thing is, you personally are in control of you and what you want and what you do, right? So my question to you is, what do you actually want to achieve? I want you to think about that. Okay, because that right there will determine in your own mind, do you think you can get that? And if you don't, you haven't sold yourself then yet. We went over that in a past coffee talk, by the way. We talked about selling yourself before you can sell anyone else. If you're dreaming about something, you better sell yourself that dream. Okay, and you better believe it. But we are in control of our actions, right? Yeah, we can't do anything about the storm that came through and took all the trees down, but we can take ourselves and go, wow, that was terrible. But guess what? I can go out in my yard and cut up the trees and get them out of my yard, but I got to actually get out there and do it, right? So I can fix that. It might not be comfortable because I have to go get the chainsaw and I got to, pick up the wood and I got to roll it out of my yard and I got to plant a new tree. But I'm in control of that. I'm not in control of the storm. Storms are going to happen. But I'm in control of the cleanup. I'm in control of planting new trees, right? So we are in control 100%. And you need to understand that. If you're not getting the result you want, it's because you are probably not doing what you need to be doing to get that goal achieved, right? You have to see that, right? So I want you to ask yourself, what do you want to achieve? And you know what? I want you to drop it in the comments here. I want to see what you want to achieve. All right. And I've got some follow-up questions. All right. Because what we're doing here, guys, is we're unpacking this, our brain, our mind. This controls everything, by the way. It controls everything. And you might not think so. Maybe you do. I hope you do. But if we can fix this up here, or at least get this convinced, then our hands can do things, right? We can type emails. We can start creating Pinterest boards. We can start doing the things that are going to lead to our success. But if this isn't done, I won't know to drink my bulletproof coffee in the morning to give me better clarity, right? I won't know in my head that I realize that having a morning routine sets me up for success throughout the day. But this here has to sell myself first, but I need to feed this. I need to understand what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. But also I need to know that it's up to me. It's up to you. Why are you not getting the result you want? Is it because you're scattered? That's your control. You don't have to be scattered. You are becoming scattered because you're not disciplined enough to turn off your notifications when you're trying to work on your project, right? Or you're not disciplined to get off of someone's email list that keeps hammering you, right? About this, that, and the other thing to get you sidetracked, right? So you need to be disciplined, but you also need to know that you are in control of unsubscribing. You're in control of asking a question and then doing the work, right? You are in control, right? So you can unlock your true potential, but only you can do it. I can't do it. I can't get in your brain and go, well, let's rewire that so they actually do it, right? You have to do it. But hopefully me here today, giving you a little bit of my energy into the camera, because I got some energy today, guys. The sun's out. I'm actually taking a ride up to the lake house to grab a couple of Adirondack chairs that got busted that I got to go pick up and have them repaired, right? But I'm looking forward to the ride. I'm looking forward to going up for an hour one way and an hour back and just relaxing and taking a ride, because sometimes we need to do that, right? But I am pretty fired up today. We got a new training that's launched and the class is starting to go through the material. We have a live call this Saturday. I'm excited. Right? I'm excited about, what we're working on and the people we're helping. And so what I'm doing here today for you, hopefully, is giving you a little bit of that energy, giving you a little bit of that motivation, that inspiration, and the ability to take action, because only you can do it. But I'm going to be there to maybe give you a little kick in the butt, right? To say, hey, let's go. If you want something, let's get it. Like, let's not just sit there and dream all about it. Like, I love dreaming, by the way. But then I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's get this thing going. Like, I want to get some things in motion. I want to plant the seeds, right? Because I know if I plant the seeds, I got a good chance of that thing sprouting. Okay. So what do you want to achieve is my first question for you. Okay. Let's see what we got here. All right. We're still talking bulletproof. Kerrygold Irish coffee, as in Country Kerry Island. Yes. Okay. Salma, what are the benefits of having MCT and butter in your coffee? Well, if you go to the Bulletproof site, Dave Asprey will kind of educate you on all that, but there's a lot of things within the having a high fat, diet. And I'm not here preaching that at all. You guys do you. I've been doing it now for probably 2 months and I feel really, really good. And it's just mental clarity. It's also better for your system. And the MCT is a cleaner type of oil that also stimulates the brain. I don't know all the science behind it. We need a pattern interrupt with all of this happening in the world. The coronavirus is just part of the problem. I know, but it's also what you focus on, right? We can sit here and focus on all of the stuff that's happening out there. And you know what? A lot of stuff, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's awful. And I wish everyone, just success in the future in whatever that is for them, right? But what I need to do right now personally, and I think you all as well, is we need to focus on where are we going and what are we doing in our own life so we can live out our best life. Because remember, guys, we got a window here, right? This is our window. How are you going to use it? What are you going to focus on? What are you going to do so you can live your best life? That's really what it's about. Yeah, we talk a lot about building a business around here. We do. That business allows us to either work on something we're passionate about or work on something that generates income so we can live our life, right? And hopefully you can mix the two a little bit there. But you're right. It's a crazy world out there. But it is what we focus on is what will really determine where we're going. Good morning, Mike Smiley. Always making me smile. I have to get the shiny objects and distractions out and control my own destiny and not let the distractions distract me and get organized. Yes, and it's up to you to do that, Derek. I can't do that for you. All I can do is be here as a voice to say, Derek, yes, you're right. You just said exactly what you need to do. Now you just need to do it, right? How do you do that? Whatever's distracting you, you got to ask yourself, is this distraction or is this something that's helping me to get to where I want to go, right? So you just got to be disciplined in that. Okay, so Derek says, I want to achieve my goals that I set for myself and stop putting the things off that matter most, okay? So my question is, why aren't you? And that was actually going to be my follow-up question for you guys as well, anyone that wants to participate here. What is holding you back? What is stopping you right now? Ask that question and then write it down. That's what you need to focus on. You need to focus on how can you get around that, or how can you get that so it's not the thing stopping you? Whatever it is, you need to decide that. It's up to you. I can't do it for you. Okay? Let's see here. I want to do so many things, but I want to be able to turn my side hustle into a full-time hustle. First step. Yeah. And the key word there was you want to do a lot of things. I do too, but there's things that I'm not going to do right now. There's things that I'm going to do right now that are going to help me get to where I want to go next, right? Everything we're doing is a stepping stone, is a rung on the ladder, if you will. Right? So the things that you're learning right now are preparing you for where you're going. Trust me on that. All right. So don't rush it. Get focused. And I'll tell you what, it feels really good when you can have 100% focus on what you're trying to achieve and know that everything that you're doing is moving the needle on that thing. But also knowing you have other things that you might want to be working on later, but not yet. Right? And so that is that's a big one there. Ashley, my husband and I have a similar goal. We want to be able to control our schedule and have him be around more. He currently commutes 4 to 5 hours each day for his job on top of full work day. He is a commercial building inspector in the Bay Area. We really hope the barbecue brand can be the start to help my husband one day leave his job. That is the core of our why. We want to build a better family life. Yeah, I'm there with you, Ashley. And I do believe if you want that, you can have it. I totally 100% think you can. And I think that in the space that you're in, and you're telling me even yesterday I think it was yesterday when you were saying that you want to go out there to local, either farmers or butchers and you want to kind of get more in the trenches and share that and build out this brand. I don't see a reason why you're not going to be able to do it. I truly don't. If you want it, you guys will have it. Now, your husband commuting 4 to 5 hours each day. What can he do in those 4 to 5 hours each day to possibly contribute to that brand? Like, is he in the car the whole time? Can he record, can he record not a video, but maybe an audio, and then that's a blog post or something? Is there something he can do there in the car? That's what I'd be thinking. How do I capitalize on the 4 to 5 hours in the car? Right? That's what I'd be thinking about there. But I totally think you guys can crush it, by the way. Let's see. Derek, I have to get focused and disciplined and do the work that I set to do. I go to do it and not procrastinate and keep putting it off. Yes. So Derek, we already talked about that. You got to do that, man. You got to step up and you got to do it. You just got to do it. I tried to hire someone this is Kate, by the way. I tried to hire someone to do my push-ups, but realized I can't. Exactly. 100%. Like, yeah, I'd love to have someone work out for me, then I get all the benefits of it. You can't do it. It just doesn't work that way, right? Mike Smiley, I want to get $100,000 monthly sales with my company. Okay. And that's a great goal. So now we got to reverse that back. Okay. So we got to reverse that back, Mike. And so then what we got to do is go, okay, how many sales is that per day? And then out of your assets that you have that you're currently selling, right? How many of those do we need to sell per day? And then you got to say, okay, what channels am I selling these on? And how can I get more sales on these channels, right? Or maybe it's the Pinterest side of things where you're like, can I add a portion of sales now coming from my Pinterest efforts? Because in Pinterest, you can drive to your sales page or your products. Or maybe it's saying I need additional revenue streams. Now maybe I'm creating a content side of my blog that will allow me to bring in an extra, I don't know, $4 or $5 grand that will help with the $100,000. Now, monthly sales, that's not really net, right? So the 100,000, what does that equate to? So the 100,000, I think you've done the math backwards where you're able to say, okay, if I make 100,000, I net 30, that means I'm going to make $30,000 per month. So really, you want to figure out what your net number is, and that will also help you determine other revenue streams. Because if you're selling physical products, that has a lot of hard cost. If you're doing digital products, or if you're doing content, or if you're doing affiliate stuff, you don't need that, and you can kind of scale it out even more. So that's what I'd be thinking there. Joy says, autopilot residual income. Okay, so let me just talk about that real quick. Passive income, it's great, but it's not reality. There's always going to be a form of you getting involved. Now, I'll use my Airbnb for an example. I have an Airbnb lake house. Some of you know it's been great, but it still requires some work. I'm going up there today, by the way. Okay. And I am picking up 2 of these Adirondack chairs. They're the poly Adirondack chairs. And someone, I don't know, kids, maybe it was an adult that got drunk. I don't know. And they sat on the arms and they snapped them. Right. So I got to go up there and pick them up. Now, I could hire someone to go up and get it, but I actually was using it as an excuse to get out of the house and go up, take a ride. But I'm doing it. See, so that's not technically passive, right? I'm doing something. It's just, can I do as little as possible? And the answer is yes, hire a management company. But autopilot residual income, it's something we all like dream of, but there's always going to be some part of you being involved, at least making decisions, right? So just be careful on that. Justin, I have been a keto for 3 years and it feels amazing. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not 100% keto, I guess, but maybe I am. I don't even know. I eat a lot of broccoli with butter. I eat eggs. I eat some meat. Sweet potatoes. I had to change my diet and lost all unwanted pounds. Yeah, that helps. Salama, time, financial, and location freedom, and the ability to make unlimited impact. I love all those, and you totally can do it. So building the business that supports that is where you kind of have to look at, like, what does that business look like, and then reverse back. Let's see here. Mike, I often have a challenge deciding how to prioritize the most important things to do versus do the things that I want to do that are more enjoyable and easier. Yeah, that's procrastination. That's what that's called, right, Mike? It's kind of like, well, I know I need to write that, but I don't feel like writing it, but I would rather go over here and just communicate in my Facebook group because it's easy. Nigel, I went through the 8 questions you mentioned on a recent session, and I realized I wanted the freedom to serve the Lord. That's what drives me to succeed. There you go. There you go. Right. So again, that exercise, if you guys missed that exercise, I will drop it in here, either that or the playlist. I'm not sure, but it'll be here or in the description. So one of them. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Focus. Oh, Mike, focus. Yes. Very important. Kate, it's so easy to get distracted in today's world. Focus, focus, focus. Yeah. That might be a t-shirt. Focus, focus, focus. Let's see. What time does the kickoff of workshop start? Karen, it's already started. All right. Now let me just kind of, I don't want to take up too much time here because I do have to run here in about 6 minutes. I'm going to cut this off at 10:30 today because I gotta bring my dog to the, she's getting picked up for grooming, and then I got to go up to the lake house. So what time does it kick off? It kicked off at 9 a.m. Eastern. But the thing is we're kicking off the week by giving you access to all of the training. At the end of the week is when we're going to do our live component. But the training is available. If you're in Brand Creators Academy, it will be live inside of the Pinterest workshop module. All right. Ashley, thank you so much for that tip on getting him to record something in the car. We hadn't been able to figure out how to use that time, but that is a great idea. I love that idea, by the way. Is your Airbnb managed, or are you managing it yourself? No, it's managed 100%. Now, I'm paying them a good chunk, but I don't care because at the end of the day, I'm still making money and I got less headaches. They're doing all the housekeeping. They're doing all the maintenance. They're doing all the bookings, all the credit cards, all that stuff. They're even advertising it on Facebook, right? I'm not doing any of that. So that's part of the commission I pay them, but I'm still doing pretty well. And I've got something else I'm going to be working on, which is a little bit of a spinoff. I'll talk about it another time. Dan, very good talking this morning. Hey, Dan, thanks for stopping by. Oh, and you found it, Karen. That's good. No problem. All right, cool. So guys, that's my little talk here today. And the last thing I want to leave you guys with is this. Okay. Number one, you're 100% in control of your destiny or your destination. We've talked about that. I think we all agree, right? Okay. Number two, I want you to ask yourself, what do you want to achieve? After you get that, I want you to say, why don't I have it? What's stopping me? What's holding me back? And usually we're going to know what that is. And then what you need to do is you need to focus on that, right? And the other thing is you have to ask yourself, do you really believe that you can do it? And if you say no, well, then why? Why don't you believe it? Well, I'm not qualified. Well, I'm not this. Those are all just excuses. You are in control to become more qualified. You are in control to build that website. You are in control to launch your next product. You are in control to create that next ebook, right? You are in control. Okay. 100%. Okay. So get that in there. Let it stick. All right. So now, if you are agreeing with me and you're saying, yes, Scott, I do believe I can do it, then what I want you to do is create your weekly action plan. Okay. Every week we want to create that action plan. What are you going to be working on every single time that you allow time for your business? So for an hour, what are you working on? And have it specifically mapped out, have it specifically detailed. So when you sit down, you're like, sitting down, I'm writing a blog post. I'm sitting down, I'm going to update my listing. I'm sitting down and I am going to plan out my next promotion. I'm sitting down and I'm going to map out my week, right? Whatever it is, I want you to have that stuff. So you're not sitting down and going, okay, what am I, let's see, in here. You know what? I'll just go to the Facebook group first and I'll deal with the community right now. We'll just do that because it's easier, right? No, you want to sit down and go, oh, this is podcast time. Oh, this is video recording time. Oh, this is mapping out time, right? Allocate that time specifically and focus on those tasks. And again, if you answered no, do you believe you can do it? I want you to ask the question, why? What is stopping you? And what is your next step? All right. So those are some takeaways for you. This is your Monday mindset little booster. So hopefully you guys are ready to get out there and rock and roll and really crush your week in a good way. All right. Tomorrow we will be back here 10 a.m. Eastern time. And tomorrow I've already got written down what I want to talk about. It's going to be episode. It's going to be, well, it is episode. Take Action Morning Show. It is going to be on writing email promotions, the exact formula for results. I'm going to be covering that tomorrow. And I'm actually going to be sharing with you a little bit of what we just did with the Pinterest workshop training. So I can kind of share with you how that looked as far as emails. And, you know, I emailed a little bit more than I'm usually emailing, and it's okay. But I'm going to share with you that process, what it looks like, and some of the barriers that people have and why they don't get results. And I'm going to share with you how to get over them. So tomorrow is writing email promotions, the exact formula for results. So if you're interested in learning more about that, stick around for tomorrow's Take Action Morning Show Coffee Talk. All right, guys. So lastly, if you are on here right now and you are live or you're watching the recording and you need specific help in one area of your business right now, I'm going to go ahead and put up a playlist here on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, you should see a playlist here after this is live, and you'll see that there will link you over to our past coffee talks. We've done 68 of them up to this point right now, including today. Go back in the archives and pick out one thing that is speaking to you that you need to work on, and then consume that, but then do that. All right. Take action on that piece of content. All right, guys. And if you want to become part of our Take Action Morning Crew and make sure that you're here every single day, just head on over to takeactioncrew.com, and that'll take you to the Facebook page. Make sure that you have notifications on that page set up. That way there, when we go live, you get notified. All right, guys, that's it. Have an awesome, amazing Monday. And until tomorrow, take care, take action, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.